But there's no way around the fact that the jobs number last Friday was not a good one. And as Hampton Pearson tells us, Wall Street and Main Street often see the economy very differently, and for good reasons.
In March, the government says the economy produced only about half the jobs expected. And when combined with revisions for January and February, job growth for the first quarter of this year now stands at 197,000 per month compared to 269,000 for all of 2014. Now the guessing game about the economy begins.
It's going to be important to monitor developments to determine whether the softness in the March labor market report that we saw on Friday, whether that foreshadows a more substantial slowing in the labor force than I currently anticipate. The March labor market report is another indicator that the first quarter is likely to be quite weak.
Weather and the slowdown at West Coast ports are most often cited in cuts in economic forecasts for the first quarter, but many of those same analysts are predicting a rebound in the second quarter.
I don't think the economy is that fragile. First of all, we should not overreact to one miss on an employment report. This is an estimate of the seasonally adjusted change in a magnitude of 140 million people. You know, to miss by over 100,000, that does happen from time to time.
What's going to happen here is the economy is going to rebound, and I do think there are questions about how much it rebounds, but I think the idea that the economy is going to do better in the second quarter is pretty clear on a number of fronts.
For now, it appears market concerns over a faltering economy are taking a backseat to expectations the first quarter slowdown further postpones a rate hike from the Fed.
The Federal Reserve they've traded off something called patience in their verbiage for caution. They are going to be treading lightly because they are figuring we're still on thin ice, and they'll continue to tread as if we're on thin ice even as the ground beneath us firms. So they'd rather hedge against moving too soon and postpone raising rates than do it too soon and have to retrace their steps, reverse course and retrace their steps.
In the coming weeks, earnings reports, the value of the dollar, and the price of oil could all change both Fed and market expectations. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Hampton Pearson in Washington.